What is going on, guys? I promised you guys a Shang Tsung Soul Eater character guide like a month or two ago, and I never got around to it. But as a man of my word, I'm getting around to it now. I said the video would come out. The video's coming out. And aside from ninjas just looking really cool, you do actually get a lot of interesting options with them in combination with his base toolkit. If you are curious about the majority of his base toolkit, I covered it in my last video. There should be an info card up on the screen if you want to check out the Warlock guide. See what he has in his base fundamental kit, with, you know, with his 112 and his forward 2 and all of that interesting stuff. Then hop on over back here. But if you're here for Soul Eater ninja specific optimized game plans, setups, and combos, you're in the right place. You're talking with the right guy. All right, so again, I've already covered the fundamental kit, so this video is really just going to be covering the options that you get specifically with Soul Eater. So I'm not going to cover all of the strings and their uses aside from the mix-ups that they might provide you and a couple of setups in mind games that you can play with your opponent. If we're to cover the moves, let's start with the main combo extender of the variation, which is going to be your down back 1. You now receive this Ermac lift. So you're giving up your ground eruption. No more fiery skulls from the floor. Now in exchange for this Ermac soul lift that you get on your opponent, which of course is amplifiable for combo extension, and it's going to be your main tool to continue damage. You have that along with your rain kick, which is going to be your second one. That's really going to let you get a good amount of combo extension. Those are your two. So it's either going to be Ermac lift or it's going to be rain kick, as if you're just looking for combo extension and extra damage. But they do serve other purposes, which I want to cover first. Now, of course, we've talked about this forward 2-4-2 string. It's a very important Shang Tsung string. If I set the AI to block, if I set the AI to block everything, you'll see the string again is +4 on block. So generally what most Shangs will do is jail this into either down 4 if your opponent tries to press a button. This will usually check them, and you'll low profile a lot of moves. Like if a Jackie tries to bionic dash, a lot of times that'll just go over your head. In the corner, standing 4 is way more effective because it'll stop opponents from pressing a button and from trying to jump out, and you get a stronger confirm on the down 4 because of course you limit their mobility options. You have a mix-up now. Usually the mix-up is as simple as I'm going to do forward 2-4-2, which does have a flawless block gap in it, and if you try to flawless block it on that last hit, I'm going to do forward 2-4-3 instead, and that's going to hit you for trying to block it. It's not going to crushing blow, but it will hit you. Now with Ermac lift, you do get access to a crushing blow. If your opponent tries to block late on an Ermac lift, it will crushing blow the opponent. So you would do basically something like this. You would do forward 2-4 Ermac lift if you're calling that they're going to try to flawless block it. Now, mind you, in online and combat league against your friends, unless you're playing at a high level, this isn't really a strategy you'll have to concern yourself with too much. Most people are just going to block the string in general. You really have to kind of test out your opponent with forward 2-4-2 and see if you're playing the kind of player who's at the skill level where they can flawless block in the first place. If they don't and you Ermac lift, you are -25 on that Ermac lift, meaning you are asking to get dog washed for making the wrong call. So if you're using it as a mix-up kind of game, if you're trying to play with your opponent, you want to guarantee that crushing blow. Keep in mind you are fishing with Ermac lift. If you do get the crushing blow, I should be able to tell the AI to chill out for a second and turn on easy crushing blows. It should look something like this. And here's another thing. With that crushing blow, you can actually still get another Ermac lift if you do manage to fish for it. So let's assume your opponent blocks those, right? They try to flawless block gap. You get the crushing blow. Normally you can do whatever combo you want. That's like a decent ender for Shang Tsung. Mind you, you don't have a lot of combo damage in Soul Eater. You have a lot of opportunities to open your opponent up. And so you're going to have to use those to make up for the damage that you lack in this variation. But again, if you get crushing blow on Ermac lift and your opponent chooses not to break away, you can confirm it into another Ermac lift. And then you can confirm that into another Ermac lift. Of course, at that point, you're out of meter. But you get an extra pop-up off the crushing blow. So it gives you one, then allows you to get another one and continue from there. You can't really, I don't believe you can rain kick because I think it takes too long. Yeah, you see, that move's not going to connect in time. So one of the better things about Ermac lift over rain kick for combo extension is that Ermac lift comes out a lot faster. You see it's 18 on startup, whereas his rain kick is 28. So in a lot of situations, rain kick, especially if you're juggling someone out of the air, you're going to Ermac lift. Rain kick is not going to catch people out of the air. It just won't do it. Unless you're doing raw rain kick and you happen to time it perfectly and you read 28 frames before your opponent gets to you, that's your anti-air, it's not going to work. Ermac lift is the way to go. So that's what you would get off of that crushing blow. Outside of that, it's decent combo damage. Like you see, if we do just a real basic Shang combo here, that's 28. You know, there's bigger damage in the game, but again, you're giving up that damage. You're kind of like making an exchange. I will do less damage if I can hit my opponent more often. You have more tools to do so. And anywhere where you would have been able to combo off of ground eruption, you can combo off of Ermac lift. You can do back 3 up 4 into Ermac lift. You can do 1-1-4 into Ermac lift. You can do forward 2-4 into Ermac lift. You can do jumping 4 into Ermac lift, which is actually going to be one of your best tools, given how strong jumping 3 or 4, whichever one you like to use, how strong those are in this game. This into Ermac lift, that's pretty good for a jump in 4, wouldn't you say? I would think so. You can even use it for side switch if you get into Reptile slide, but we'll get to that in a bit. With the rain kick is going to give you some interesting options, given that it has a crushing blow itself, and it also has the ability to be canceled at the cost of a bar of defensive meter, which is going to open up a lot of interesting play with the rain kick. I don't play a lot of Soul Eater, so if you ever see me playing Soul Eater online and I'm not using rain kick, feel free to yell at me for it. But if you're trying to main this, it is important that you use rain kick every chance that you get. As far as, like, you know, trying to open your opponent up, this is one of your main bread and butter tools to open them up. So you'll see here, rain kick on its own, of course, move. If you don't amplify it, it's just an ender. You can't get anything, it's too slow. You'll see your recovery on the move, your 33 is 28 on the hit. Does it change depending on distance? I didn't even know that. No, okay, I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was doing this. Anyway, you'll see I'm going to mash 1. You see how long until it comes out? There's no combos if you don't spend meter. Of course, if you do spend meter, then you get the ability to combo at the cost of that meter. You can also special cancel the move. By doing down back 4 and then pressing down down, you can rain cancel. And as you'll see, you can do it pretty quick. So what does this give you? Well, let's set the AI to block again. Oh my god. Come on, Kev. You can get your brain working. Block everything. Thank you. So let's say you want to pressure your opponent. You're going to do this string into rain kick, right? Of course, you can also hold it. So you can play that game of I'm going to sit here. I mean, look how long you can hold this for. If you go through the full motion, 176 frames you're holding that for. That is a crazy amount of time to be doing that. But you can do that if you want. So you get this going, you get in for a grab. You come in. Sorry. You get other attempts. You can let's say you go for the low. I'm not a Soul Eater main. You gotta be patient with me. And then go for your low attempt into Ermac lift. I think that's the one that I would personally use the most. But then again, I do have a tendency to go for back 3 or 4 way too often. So, you know, take that advice with a grain of salt if you want to try it out. You also, now here's the more important one. You have a crushing blow condition off of this as well. Now, mind you, every single one of your special moves has a crushing blow. If you didn't have a reason to stick through the video, it's at least to see how these work. So rain kick has a crushing blow where if you special cancel it and then land it, of course I don't have held check on, you get a crushing blow. Right? Normally you can't combo it. Of course you can spend meter on the crushing. It's still going to cost you meter. And then you can combo it. Hold on, I'm ass cheeks. And then you can see that you can combo it. I'm going to try one more time because I'm stubborn. Oh my god. Okay, so you can combo off of it. but it's still going to cost you a meter. So you're not going to get the same situation with Ermac lift, where it's free pop-up if it crushing blows. Rain kick, if it crushing blows, is still going to cost you meter. If not, you'll see you still can't combo it. So it is coming at the cost of 2 bars of meter for that, because you're spending 1 for the cancel and then another bar for the kick. So you want to keep that in mind. Well, you're spending 1 defensive bar and then 1 offensive bar for the kick. So you are putting yourself at a disadvantaged situation if it doesn't work out, because now you lose your ability to break away. So it is a gamble if you go for it, but it's a very strong tool. Another ninja move that you have, and it's going to be a very good one to take advantage of, the new Reptile slide. Normally, you have a mid soul charge. I use it a lot in Warlock. It works pretty fine as a combo ender, but in this variation, back forward 4 now gives you Reptile slide. Reptile slide hits as a low, which means you now have mix-ups in any situation where you would normally have overheads. You have a crushing blow that happens to be an overhead, and it's a great fucking mix-up to abuse on people. If we look at our back 1, down 2 is a crushing blow. Obviously, if the first move whiffs, I have easy crushing blows on, as you can see. Imagine this was a combo. Imagine you can do this. Hold on. Imagine legitimately that you could do this for a second. Wait, I'm going to post a video to Twitter later, I just realized. But anyway. Reptile slide. So if we look at Reptile slide in combination with this back 1, down 2 string, back 1, down 2 will crushing blow if the back 1 whiffs or if it gets blocked and only the down 2 hits. You'll get a pop-up off of it. So what happens? A lot of people are aware of this crushing blow. It's one of the most used crushing blow by Shang Tsung players. If you've played one online, you've probably been hit with this before. It's fucking annoying. I'm sorry that I did it to you, but it's annoying, and I get it. What are they going to do? They're so fearful of the crushing blow, they're going to stand up 9 times out of 10 once they see this button. This is a very slow, there's 14 on startup. It's very easy to see this is coming. So every player you play is going to stand block. And when they stand block, what do? You slide instead. Now, is this the most damage? No, but any damage you get is free damage. And now you have a mix-up guaranteed. If you land, if they eat back 1, whether on hit or on, I mean, if they eat it on hit, if they eat it on hit, ideally it's free city. You start comboing if you can confirm back 1, you know. But if they block it, they have to now deal with, am I going to risk getting hit with the overhead, or do I want to block the slide? And you know what this gives you? You would be surprised how many free slides you'll get off of back 1, because people are so fearful of the overhead. They're always going to assume you can do this, and then they go, oh, he's going to mix me up, he's going to do the overhead. You don't do it. Then they go, oh, well, now he's definitely going to do it. Because a lot of players would rather eat this 96 damage than eat minimally that 23. Would you rather eat 10 damage or 23 damage? A lot of times you'd rather pick the 10. But if you land that slide 10 times, they basically ate the 23 anyway. And it's a constant mix-up for the entirety of the game. You do back 3 up 4. Slide. You do a 1-1. Usually it doesn't matter if they're blocking this. You can, let me see, what can you do? This is mid, right? This is mid, low, slide, flicking. On top of the fact that it's really good, it also gives you side switch in situations where you normally wouldn't. So let me show you a Shang tip that I would use personally for this. So I'm going to record the AI just trying to do a jump in one. A really shitty jump in that's really easy to anti-air. Well, now you have 2 options out of this anti-air. You're in a position where you can either choose to anti-air your opponent. Keep mind of the combo, by the way, right? I think this is about some of the most damage you can get out of this. That 25 damage. Or you can give up a bit of the damage. In the least and side switch. And that's not even all the damage you have to give up. That's just an easier version of the combo I know. Let's see here. Ermac lift them. Okay, maybe I'm not going to hit this today. Let's see. Could probably do this. No, you can't do that? Alright, last attempt. Okay, and you can side switch. And I only gave up 2 damage there. So again, it's an amazing tool to take advantage of. Any situation where you want to get out of the corner, if you can confirm that a low is hitting, you can do this and now you're out of the corner. This also has a crushing blow, by the way. On Amplify, if hit at max range, you'll get a crushing blow. Now, there are setups for it, and I'll do a combo video later where I'll explain some of the setups because it's tricky, and it's not really reliable, and for like a beginner's guide on mindsets with Shang Tsung, I wouldn't focus too much on that crushing blow condition. Now, of course, if you're one of those players who wants to figure out the setup, what I can tell you is it combos, you juggle in the air, you hit them with standing 4, and then you do the slide. And you can force max range on it, and then you can get crushing blow. But it is very difficult. In beginner to intermediate play, I wouldn't even concern myself with that crushing blow outside of the chance that you hit it. You know, at max range. I wouldn't worry about it outside of that. If you do manage to get it, though, that's 28 damage for landing 1 slide. Of course, I still have easy crushing blows on because hitting it at max range is annoying. I'm more conditioned to Jackie's dash punch range than I am to Shang's slide. That's 28 damage you get for free. It's an amazing tool. One of the last tools that you have here is going to be your smoke parry. Your smoke parry, of course, is going to help you deal with projectiles. So the first thing I have to do is figure out what the fuck Xiao's projectile is, because I don't remember. I want to say it's back forward 2. No, that's not it. It's a back forward 1. Back forward 1 should work for now. So let's go ahead and block this. And look what you get. Now, of course, the crushing blow is because I have easy crushing blow health check on. Let me actually turn it off for the sake of this because it's going to make it more confusing for you guys. Let's take easy crushing blows off. Oh, this is actually a perfect setup. So here's the crushing blow for smoke parry. I realize now as I'm doing this. Smoke parry has a crushing blow where if you just, it's similar to the rain kick where if you cancel and then they get hit, if you land a smoke parry and then you land a second smoke parry right after, it crushing blows. So look at this kind of situation here. So we're going to block this move. We're going to deal with the projectile. And then we're going to amplify smoke parry on the second one. Because if you amplify smoke parry, it will... okay, you have to do it like right on startup. If you amplify smoke parry, it'll stop mids and highs in general. So you'll see normal smoke parry will get clipped out, but amplified will stop him. So let's look at a situation like this. Let's deal with the projectile. You can also hold it for a good amount of time. But let's let me get the timing on this down just because I'm too lazy to record this dude again. Crushing blow. 28% also. So when I'm telling you guys, you got a lot of tools in Soul Eater to work with. You got a lot of tools in Soul Eater to work with. If we look at some corner combos that you have access to. All right, we'll put myself. Oh my God, we'll put myself on the left. What can you do here? You can do let's see, forward 2, forward 2. There's 31 damage in the corner. You can get a combo off of rain kick, I believe. If you feel like cashing out with 2 bars of meter. There's a pretty nice 35. So you have the ability to do damage. The problem is that it's really hard to get high levels of damage even when you include your crushing blows and combos. You don't really get much for it. Let's see, if I was to land this here, get this lift going, get another lift. That's with a crushing blow and 1 bar of meter, and it's still only 32. So you're not really gaining high amounts of damage. Again, you're giving that up for your ability to constantly mix your opponent up and whiff punish them. Keep in mind, you still have universal amazing crushing blows. That one does 12 and gives you pop-up. You've got the Ermac lift, which off of mix-up, sometimes you'll just get anyway. Let me tell you guys, like, firsthand, there's the amount of times... I forgot I don't have easy on anymore, so it's not doing it. The Ermac lift, you will just get on players who just happen to feather block at the wrong time. So be ready for that crushing blow to come out when you get it. Yeah, look, corner switch there for 29%. There's options, and there's really good options, but you're going to have to keep in mind what they are, and you're going to have to mitigate them well. The more time you spend with Soul Eater, the better it gets. But what you want to do is take everything you've learned with Shang's universal kit and then bring it into Soul Eater, and you're really trying to, one, maximize your crushing blow potential. Because now you have, if we count the full amount of crushing blows that you have, right? So keep this in mind. You have forward 2, forward 3. So that's 1. You then have back 1, down 2. That's 2. You've got Ermac lift, amplified. So 3, right? Regular down 2 on counter hits. That's 4. You've got slide. That's 5. You've got rain kick. That's 6. What move did I not do? I'm like losing track here. Is how many you have. You have forward 2, forward 3, back 1, down 2, slide, smoke parry, which is of course if you hit them. So that's, you've got at least 7 to 8 crushing blows. So you're not doing a lot of damage, but you have stupid moves. First of all, let's look how far the range. Let's see. Should be like right here. Look at the range on Ermac lift. So I'm saying if your opponent presses any button, Ermac lift. Not only that, if they press any button, Ermac lift, combo extension. The range on your moves is ridiculous. Your opponent's not, they should not be getting close to you. Oh, you do also give up your fireball crushing blow. But you're giving, what, that 1 fireball crushing blow in exchange for 4 more crushing blows? 1 for every single ninja that you have access to. So you have like a base 3 universal string. What is it, forward 2? You also have a forward 4 if they roll. So this is the crushing blow variation. You're supposed to be making up your damage by making reads on your opponent and getting those crushing blows. Setting them up for it, pressuring them constantly with the rain kick, getting in and doing free setups. Oh, look, I did this. Oh, you're too... Fucking, come on, Kev. Oh, you're too scared to come to me? Okay, more buttons. Oh, did I get a mix-up? You're on that other side? Uh-oh, crushing blow? You know, normally crushing blow, and then you do the kick, you're going to Ermac lift again. I'm going to fireball you to keep you away. If you take a step too close, I'm going to... Like, you have great tools, and you guys aren't using them. Mostly focus on this one. If you're like at beginner level, I'm going to promise you, beginner level players, this will win you games on its own. Now, of course, that combo doesn't work like that. Again, remember, I have easy crushing blows on. But guys, Soul Eater is so fucking good. It's so fucking good. You guys have to start using it. If you're interested at all, look at this stuff. Now, I'll put up a combo video later. I'm sorry, I'm a little amped up now. I like Shang Tsung. What can I say? I'm going to put up a combo video later showing you all of the different routes that you have. I have a friend of mine who is a Soul Eater main who's optimized every string that you can find with Shang and has squeezed every little bit of sweet, juicy damage that you can get out of it. So I will refer to him and then have a combo video for you guys. Hopefully by next week. My schedule's getting a little packed now in the new year. Your boys got goals, you know. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy Soul Eater. Play Mortal Kombat 11 to your heart's content. Join my tournaments if you like. I stream every Friday. I have a Battle for the Realms tournament. I also enter the tournament, so if you'd like a chance to play me, feel free, hop in there, hop in the Discord. All those links will be down in the description below. And never play Spellmaster. Again, why play Spellmaster? Why would you play Spellmaster?